Today we're going to look at outfielders of the 70s. As a reminder for all of my rankings, I only consider stats accumulated while playing the position and only in the 70s. In order to be considered, you had to play at least half the decade in the outfield for a minimum of 810 games. Now, it's almost needless to say, but there are 3 times as many outfielders as there are any other everyday position. That alone makes it harder to cut the list down to a reasonable size, but I went with 10, which was still quite a chore to narrow the list down that far. So many amazing players got their start in the 70s, but didn't really blossom until the 80s. Similarly, a lot of aging superstars hit the 70s in the twilight of their career. With all of that being said, let's take a look at who made my list. I'd also love to hear what you think of it in the comments. Starting off at number 10 is the Secretary of Defense, Gary Maddox. Best known for his defensive wizardry, Gary tied for second by winning 5 consecutive Gold Gloves during the decade from 75 through 79. It was said that 2/3 of the earth was covered by water, and the other third was covered by Gary Maddox. He played in 1,256 games, scored 777 runs, and he had a good eye at the plate, posting a .291 batting average while knocking out 1,166 hits. His combination of elite defensive play coupled with solid at-bats made him a special player to watch and an inductee into the Phillies Hall of Fame. In the 9 hole is Al Oliver. Al split some time at first, but still recorded 1,287 games as an outfielder during the 70s, and he put up some impressive numbers while doing so. He was 6th amongst his peers in hits with 1,537, propelling him to an impressive .306 batting average. He also accounted for scoring by driving in the 7th most RBIs with 729 and scoring another 704 runs himself. His .465 slugging percentage spoke to the pop in his bat and helped him to make 3 All-Star appearances. His ability to consistently hit for average made him one of the most underrated offensive players of his era, and despite his impressive career numbers, he has not been inducted into the Hall of Fame yet, though many believe his contributions warrant strong consideration. I happen to be one of them. The Pirates think so too, and inducted him into their own Hall of Fame. Coming in at number 8 is Cesar Valdez. He was a 4-time All-Star in the 70s and one of the most dynamic players of his era. Prior to his career being prematurely derailed by injuries, Cesar displayed an amazing amount of pure athleticism. While playing in 1,256 games, he was able to accumulate 1,317 hits. He posted an impressive .290 batting average and coupled it with his .466 slugging percentage. He also scored 774 runs and drove in 617 RBIs. Cesar could do more than just hit, though, as he tied for second in the decade in 2 categories, winning 5 consecutive Gold Gloves from 72 through 76 and stealing 397 bases. He had a rare combination of power, speed, and defense and is a member of the Astros Hall of Fame. Coming in at lucky number 7 on the list is Speedy Hall of Famer Lou Brock. Lou is one of the most electrifying players of his era, best known for his speed and base-stealing ability. While playing in the 6th most games as an outfielder during the decade with an even 1,400, he actually led all of his positional peers with 1,617 hits. That was good enough to post an impressive .306 batting average during the 70s, and of course, once he got on, he was on the move. He was first in the decade with 551 stolen bases and third in runs scored with 843. He also drove in a respectable 620 RBIs. All of this helped to propel him to 5 Midsummer Classics and an eventual plaque in Cooperstown. Coming in at number 6 is fan favorite Bobby Mercer. No one played more games as an outfielder in the 70s than Bobby with his even 1,500. During the decade, he was a 5-time All-Star and a standout player for 3 teams, the Yankees, Giants, and Cubs. He was known for his consistent hitting, finishing the 70s with a .282 batting average, 198 home runs, and was third amongst his peers with both 840 RBIs and an impressive .546 slugging percentage. He was also 4th in base hits with 1,549, but he could do more than just swing the bat. Bobby won a Gold Glove in 1972, showcasing his defensive skills in the outfield. Coming in at 5th is Hall of Famer Dave Parker. In just 878 games, Dave collected 1,044 hits and ended the decade third amongst his peers with an impressive .317 batting average. He was able to put up a .521 slugging percentage while belting out 122 home runs and driving in 553 RBIs. Dave appeared in 2 All-Star games and flashed the leather exceptionally well, earning 4 Gold Glove awards while also displaying an absolute cannon of an arm in the 1979 All-Star game, where his 2 putouts helped him to win the All-Star game MVP. He was no stranger to that award, though, as the prior season he won the National League MVP award in 1978 when he led the league with a .334 batting average and 340 total bases, while hitting 30 home runs, driving in 117 RBIs, and scoring 102 runs. He also won his second consecutive batting title that season. Occupying the cleanup spot is one half of Boston's Gold Dust Twins, Hall of Famer Jim Rice. Jim broke into the majors in 1975 and played 811 games in the decade, where he accumulated 976 hits on his way to a .308 batting average. He scored 665 runs while driving in 583 RBIs, powered out 133 home runs, and had an impressive .478 slugging percentage. Rice was a 3-time All-Star in the 70s and won the American League MVP award in 1978, leading the league with 46 home runs, 139 RBIs, and 406 total bases. He became the first AL player since Joe DiMaggio in 1937 to record at least 400 total bases in a season. That's a feat that remains unmatched in the American League to this day. At number 3, fittingly, is the other half of Boston's Gold Dust Twins, Fred Lynn. Fred also broke into the majors in 1975 and realized one of the most amazing debuts a rookie ever had when he won both the Rookie of the Year and the American League MVP awards, becoming the first player in MLB history to win both in the same season. He had an outstanding year, batting .331 with 21 home runs and 105 RBIs, and led the league with 103 runs scored, 47 doubles, and an amazing .566 slugging percentage. His all-around excellence also earned him one of his 3 Gold Glove awards in the 70s. He ended up playing in 864 games in the decade and was able to average more than a hit a game with 977 on his way to an impressive .308 batting average. As previously mentioned, he had some pop in his bat too, coming in 5th amongst his peers with a .526 slugging percentage while knocking out 124 home runs and driving in 479 RBIs. Lynn was a perennial All-Star, having appeared in 5 Midsummer Classics. If injuries hadn't plagued him throughout his career, he most likely would have had a plaque in Cooperstown. As is, he's a member of the Red Sox Hall of Fame. My number 2 selection might surprise a few, but it really shouldn't. During the 70s, Bobby Bonds was first amongst his peers in runs scored with 1,020 and second in a multitude of stats, including 280 home runs, 856 RBIs, 1,565 hits, and 1,479 games played. His 380 stolen bases were good for third, and he also displayed his speed in the field with 3 Gold Glove awards on his way to 3 All-Star appearances. He was the first player to record 5 seasons with at least 30 home runs and 30 stolen bases, a feat later only matched by his son, Barry Bonds. Bonds was a prolific leadoff hitter, setting records for most career and single-season leadoff home runs at the time. Occupying the coveted number 1 position on my ranking is none other than Hall of Famer Reggie Jackson. Reggie led all of his outfield peers with 292 home runs, 922 RBIs, and 8 All-Star appearances. His impressive .508 slugging percentage, coupled with his 1,410 hits and solid .275 batting average, helped him to dominate a crowded field for recognition. Reggie won the American League MVP award in 1973 when he led the league with 99 runs scored, 32 home runs, 117 RBIs, and a .531 slugging percentage, while batting .293 and stealing 22 bases. Jackson was a unanimous MVP selection, and his all-around offensive dominance helped the Oakland A's win their second consecutive World Series title that season on the way to an amazing 3 straight championships. His clutch hitting cemented his reputation as one of the game's great postseason performers, winning 5 World Series titles in the decade and earning him the nickname Mr. October. As for honorable mentions, there are just too many great players that spent time in the outfield to mention them all. Here are a few who would have qualified by the number of games played in the outfield, but there are so many others who split time with other positions and subsequently didn't qualify. Each would have been deserving of being on the list in their own way. I hope you enjoyed listening to my ranking, and I look forward to hearing your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed this, I sure would appreciate a like and subscribe. Thanks. Thanks.